Last month of Shabbos here in Yerushalayim, I had the chance to talk to a remarkable group of principals, of women, principals from the United States. And I shared with them a story that I saw recently from the tzaddik Reb Shaila Kerestir. That Reb Shaila, who was a big Balmaifis, Reb Shaila used to speak about himself. He called himself an innkeeper. And he used to give bilkelach, challah rolls, to everybody. They would come Shabbos during the week. He would give bilkelach. And there were many, many miracles that happened through those challah rolls. So one time, Reb Shaila, while he was still serving as the shamus of the Lisker Rebbe, so Reb Shaila had a big sack, and he was giving out challah rolls. He was giving out bilkelach. And the Lisker Rebbe was standing. He was watching for a long time. And the shamus of the Lisker Rebbe asked, Rebbe, it's time to already wash for Shalosh Seudos, and what's the Rebbe looking at? What's the Rebbe watching? And the Rebbe said, I'm watching Shaila Kerestir. I'm watching Shaila give out bilkelach. So the shamus said, Shaila is always giving out bilkelach. What's so special? So the Rebbe said, usually Shaila is giving out bilkelach from a bag that's filled with bilkelach, but right now he's giving out from a bag that's empty. There's nothing left in that bag. I saw that it's totally empty, and he's still giving out bilkelach. So I thought about that story. I thought about it for a few minutes, and I know how many times in my life that I'm expected to give and to give and to teach, to give to my children and to my grandchildren, to my wife, and I feel that I'm empty. I don't have what to give. I don't have anymore what to give. I feel like I'm empty. The bag is empty. And that somehow Hashem helps me to continue giving to the people that I love, despite that feeling of emptiness that's inside of me. So I think that it's something that we can all be grateful for. Women, mothers, grandmothers. It's the month of Shvat. Soon as Tu B'Shvat. The month of Shvat, there are trees that bear fruit, and there are Ilonei Svak, there are trees that are empty, they don't have fruit. And sometimes a person himself feels like that tree that doesn't bear fruit. Hein ani eitz yavesh. I feel like a dried out tree. So how am I going to continue to give to my students, to my children, to my husband? How am I going to continue to give to others, to be gracious and to be kind when I myself feel so empty? So Hashem Yisborach makes a miracle for us. And we have to tell Kadosh Baruch Hu, Rabbi Shalom, we feel so grateful to you, we're so thankful to you, that you and only you know how many times and how much I feel that I no longer have what to give in my life. And that somehow I reach into that bag, I reach into my heart, I'm able to pull out, to give to my children, to my husband, to give to my friends. The Rebbe from Piazetzna, the Eish Kodesh, there's a famous story that was told about how he gave a bracha to the children. He used to speak a lot to the children. Before the Muhammad, he kept on repeating once by Shalosh Seudos that the greatest thing you could do, the greatest thing in the world that you could do is to do a tova for another Jew. It's the greatest thing in the world you could do. And there was a Jew who survived the Holocaust, and he said he didn't know how to live, but to go on living while he was in that terrible place. But he kept on thinking of things that he could do for others. And even though he felt so empty, he kept on doing favors for others. And because of that, he was able to survive. So let's thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Let's all thank Hashem Yisborach for giving us the ability, for helping us to give to others, even when we ourselves feel that we no longer have the strength to give. That He renews our koyach to give and to give and to give, to reach into that sack, into that bag of who we are, and to continue to give to others. And in that schus, Hashem Yisborach should finally take us to Yerushalayim, where I am right now, Baruch Hashem, I have the schus of being in Yerushalayim, for all of us to return here and to eat the payers of Eretz Yisrael together with Mashiach Tzidkeinu, with the Gula Shel Amitis, Amen v'Amen.